delicious.
That's the first thing people are gonna hear.
Are we live?
I'm recording because I don't think the internet's that good yet.
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody. A storm
we have a lot of. Oh, sorry.
The storm that is approaching.
Storm has killed 2 of our players and my internet partially. So for this week we're just us, but that's okay.
7,000.
Heck yeah.
You're 7,000. Last week, somebody explain.
Ooh. Let me save ducks and we can go on.
Last week's episode.
Last time.
I should not be doing this because my mic will cut. I thought about it midway.
Last week, Throg
Last
regained
week's
fam.
episode.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I mean, if you want to do it, you can, Dakota.
Last week's episode, Throg and gang got together to on the importance of lineage. Between Irene and Throg, they discovered more about themselves and their family. With a promise to repay the generosity and kindness from Exelon and other
Woman.
Fine.
Argentina.
Argentina. Home for the soccer. They ventured forth and encountered Auntie Throggy. They had a tender little moment. That's all I can think of.
And found out your dad's a party boy who ran off and then decided
my character's dad is in fact Ren.
No. No.
I mean,
Ren did the same thing.
Ren
Yeah,
never
they're
ran
the same
off.
thing.
Oh, he did it. Oh, look.
Became a party boy, but he didn't run off.
Oh yeah, prove it. Where's Ren?
Someone's related to Aurelia.
In Ingawill's house. In, like... Hang on, I can actually show you.
And in Ingawill.
Yes. Hang on, I can actually...
No, Ingle's dead.
That's fine, she's a god now. Ren's actually over here.
Thanks
Alright, let's
for the
go.
spoilers, Declan.
Oh, you're welcome.
Remnant? I was born there.
No, you were born here. Well, here.
Don't reveal to everyone.
But if
Raises
Throg is
my
related
eyebrow.
to Aurelia, that means that Throg is
No.
related to Loam, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Thank God your internet cut out, Sark.
Thank God.
Yes, that means that he is in fact related to Loam, which means
If that's true, which it's not.
it's not, yeah.
It is true though.
Or Loam gets to find out that he's related to a green Sark.
Who can actually kick down windows though?
I like how we still have 2 Kaylas at the end, at the bottom of the map.
I don't want to fix it. That's a lot of work.
It's
Fair
Kayla
enough,
North and it's Kayla South.
South Kayla, North Kayla.
I thought it was Kayla cubed.
That requires
Figured it out,
3.
kill him.
Ah! I just hope when I die that my milk was delicious.
At the same time that was going on,
Oh, Throg and Asher kind of had a moment.
Oh yeah,
too.
They had like a moment and they made out.
They had a boy kisser moment.
They had an accidental boy kiss. Thanks to Irene, who
for some reason it got really sloppy. A lot of tongue action.
That's for later.
That's an off-session thing.
Somehow Irene bumped Throg and Asher. They got naked, fell on the bed. 2 hours later, they got up.
Stepped out.
Irene served fan service to Iggy and Dee Dee free of charge.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Unhappy Pride Month.
Yes.
Why is it unhappy?
It was only one smooch.
You're right. Well, smile. If things go to how I plan.
Smile.
Oh, I'm muted.
Now I know
Anyway.
you're planning for something, so
Yeah.
now I gotta plan
Erico.
against it.
Erico started giving everybody sending stones,
Yes.
Don't think it.
and
Don't say it.
she and
Don't say it.
Ignatius had a moment of like, I don't trust these people. Me neither.
What does she mean by this?
I got
I'm not gonna
spam
tell you.
called by Dee Dee.
Yeah, Dee Dee panicking, and then she followed up on that note that she received about going to the bar. What was the name again? The Rats?
The
The
Rat
Rat's Tail?
Tail Tavern.
Rat Tail Tavern.
Yeah.
Where she met Diego. I feel like I'm gonna get his last. I think I know what his last name is, but I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong. Declan, could you enlighten me?
Gio.
Oviedo.
No,
Oviedo.
you're Oviedo.
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 Diego Oviedo.
Diego, Diego.
She met him there, coincidentally, and got some information out of him. He essentially cleared his name. Stomps and Allie were under Erico's care for the evening while
Allie
Throg
was.
was out. Yeah, Allie was. Stomps disappeared at some point and then reappeared when Erico discovered Aster there.
I promise he was just there for a drink. But
And
with Stomps' reaction to Diego, and then Diego running off, Erico was able to surmise, oh, that's probably Iggy. Let's do a chase down and go like investigate, basically.
And that was where we left off. So,
then Throg gave everybody milk.
On the sidelines.
The milkman will be returning home.
Milk stream is next session.
okay. So, you're going to give chase then?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Uh, that case. Should be. Yeah. What would it be? Survival to track him versus stealth?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
do we both roll for it or?
Will this be a help
Uh,
action?
Yeah, whoever's better, and I'll give you advantage, and whoever has the better stats for it can.
I have a +2. What do you have?
For survival?
Yeah.
I got +0, but I do have a +5 on stealth.
Do we want to
That's
divide and conquer
opposite.
then? You do stealth, I do survival? Or I guess that would make much sense right now.
Dakota?
No. It's versus a stealth roll. Give me 1 second.
Oh.
I'm adding
Oh.
numbers up.
Oh.
So yeah, it would. Should I just roll survival with advantage then as a help action?
Yep.
All right. I'll roll 2 different these. See which one's gonna roll better for the session. Well, not that one.
Put it in the cook chair.
How is a 17, if I did my math right? The other one was a nat 1.
DM I rolled.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
I just see. So what did you say it was?
17.
All right. You find a few tracks for a moment, and then it just disappears down an alleyway, and it's gone.
Can I do investigation to see if there's anything in this alley that Diego could have used to hide himself?
Sure.
That's going to be investigation 16.
Did you guys roll for the dinosaurs for the chase?
Oh no, we didn't.
Let's.
Would it have counted?
You can have Stomps be like a sniffing dog. What's survival stat?
Survival is a wisdom stat.
Uh,
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Goddamn
This
stumps.
fucking dinosaur.
for a
Listen, Papa's not here, so he's got to do pop-up round.
for a moment, you're looking through the alleyway, and
Huh?
for a moment you're looking through the alleyway, thinking like, he stopped here. And then Stomps just, I guess, starts like meh, 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 and runs off in another direction.
Gonna
Aster will
follow
take off.
Stumps?
Right, yeah, right behind.
All right. All right, give me another.
Mm,
Trying to check. What
Do
is
we
this?
actually... Are we close enough now that we actually see him? Or is he still just sort of... We're following right behind?
You cannot seem to actually see him. Like, no matter what you do. But you feel like, based on Stomps, that you are still in technically the correct place.
Would it be possible to roll perception to hear him?
It's kind of a. Let me check something.
Now here's my question. Can
Oops.
Can
not
Ilmo
Aster.
see him?
Whoa, Asher, what are you rolling?
It is a quiet. It is a quiet night, so
You shall find him
you
enough.
would be able to hear him. Would he be able to see him? No. He has about the same vision as you do. I am trying
I'm
to
specifically rolling for hearing.
Yeah, you have advantage
If
on
I
that.
do.
If you want to roll it,
I'll roll
I'm
it.
trying to find something.
God damn it, Aster.
Ow.
Never mind. I
Two
ain't rolling
nat
for shit
ones.
today. It's just it's awful.
Well, I will roll my next survival check then for you, DM. Oh, that's better. 15.
All right. There it is.
Well, not better than my last one, better than
That feel when it's so
one
so
die.
quiet in an alleyway that you can't actually hear anything.
Yeah, you
should
got
be able
that
to hear
like
things, but it's like
ringing.
yeah. Aster's got tinnitus.
Aster's got hepatitis.
Not hepatitis.
Asher's got throgitis.
That's how you get tinnitus.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
What
No,
is
I didn't.
this?
Wink.
Wink.
All good, DM?
I'm trying to find something. I just cannot seem to find it. Oh, okay, thank you. There it is. Do. And all right. Give me one. Now roll. I don't know what's going on. I am
Mana,
losing
mana.
my mind. That's the wrong roll. All right. So I assume you guys are running at top speed. Or at least like going as fast as possible to follow the tracks, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The trail begins to zigzag and just go through the city. Like, doesn't seem to have a rhyme or reason. Even doubles back at one point. And you start getting toward a more crowded part of town. And start losing the trail. Give me another and another.
Another one.
Another one.
$18. Oh, Psalms.
God.
Stomps is not letting go. Another natural 20.
They hunt.
All right.
Normally he hunts vegetation, but you know.
All right.
God damn.
Um. So you're chasing through the city, and even as you hit a crowded area, you manage, like, you guys kind of lose the scent or lose the trail, and but Stomps is fucking on it. But even with that, the trail is getting older. He seems to be moving like supernaturally fast based on like when you find a person, you go, "Hey, have you seen this guy?" or whatever, or like you know, things like that. And about here, it disappears.
What do you mean about here? We're
Like,
still on the world map.
oh, whoops!
Yeah, you do still have us on the world map.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Aim
There we go. About here.
All right.
My apologies.
All good.
Oh, wait, DM, I just realized.
Yeah.
I have Airco's inner circle on the perimeter as soon as they would have started running out there. Would she be able to relay to them what Diego looks like and try their best to keep after him?
Yeah. Give me a survival check from each of them.
Okay, you'll have to give me a minute to get their sheet up. It'll just take a second, but start with Gordon. Gordon is going to roll. Hello, Gordon. That's not. That's a 7 from Gordon. We are not cooking so far. Do Nora. Okay, a little better, a little better. Much better. That's going to be a 21 if I can do my math.
All right.
9 plus 10?
You're stupid.
No, you're stupid.
No, that's a Miles Morales.
You're a analyst. I'll do it later. Keep rolling stuff. Hold you guys up. Umok rolled an 11. Not great.
All right. Got one more.
Which is Cypher. He roll a.
Oh yeah, Throg would be just coming home, and his aunt lives like over here.
She rolled a 13.
All right, so whoever got the 21 notices
That'd be Nora.
him over here.
Here?
at the tree.
Over here.
So, unfortunately, this is not going to be in a very stealthy way because she's in that, like, sort of exoskeleton.
Mm-hmm.
So, does Diego notice this giant, like, loader-looking thing just come clattering across a rooftop toward him?
You see him. She sees him basically hunched over, like breathing heavily, and it's his own breathing seems to be in his ears. And as she goes to grab him, give me a dex check from her.
Check or a save?
Check.
Check, please. Oh, he is rolling good. Dex is going to be a 24. I got a 19 with a +5.
All right.
I'm gonna really quickly BRB. I have to go.
Go.
Go, Piss Girl, go, Piss Girl, go.
Slips between the legs of the loader and books it. And that's when she notices he's running about roughly twice the speed as a normal person. And he disappears into an alleyway from her sight. Like almost within enough time for her to realize he's slipped away. He's there and she barely sees him go.
So, what direction is he heading? Is he
North.
heading toward Airco and Aster?
Northeast.
Okay. So, he's right here.
Ish, yeah. Somewhere in this area.
And with Stomp still keeping on him.
That's the thing. Can I get another stomps roll?
Absolutely, Captain. It's what I'll do. I'll give you a roll. Like no other, Captain.
Yeah.
Alright, Stomps. Show them what you got.
Well, preferably you. Ooh,
Still a strong roll.
it is. Stomps. Da, da, da. Stomps, unfortunately, does manage to lose the trail. Just as you basically you get to another bar, and just as a bunch of people are coming out stinking to high heaven of beer, he's like sniffing around trying to follow the trail and just seems to lose it in the just painful amount of booze reeking off these
Hold
people.
on. I got one more chance. There's Ellie.
You're right.
Could she turn this around?
Good shoot. Let's see. Womp.
Sark.
That's one higher.
That does not beat what I privately rolled. So,
Fuck.
Allie actually.
That shit was a 19.
Okay,
Yeah.
the demons are quelled.
Allie runs around the group before like making a noise kind of like a cat, like who's about to throw up before just shaking her head. Like, eh. Just making kind of like a chirp noise at you.
Just for the sake of visual, I'm putting this in the group chat. This is, in the unfinished state, this is kind of what I imagine Nora's exoskeleton's kind of like. The thing from
so
Alien.
you're going a lot more alien than you are
Well-
Big Daddy. from
Well, that's
Bioshock.
kind of the end game. It's going to be a little more like this down the road once, obviously, everyone levels up higher, but like,
I see.
yes, that is the sound of her building it, Lewis. Why the fuck do the artificers have Lego?
Me building Ellie.
Oh, hey, Big Zam.
Oh, hey, Big Sam. I choose
Anyway.
Big Stomp. Yeah, unfortunately, it is not enough. And the scent quickly fades, and you have lost it.
I'm gonna end it.
What would you like to do now?
Do you think it'd be smarter to just I haven't ran that much in a while. To
Take this up with Ignatius.
take this up in his room or meet up with him at the academy?
Yes, actually. Ignatius did say that should we need to speak in private, he could have just that.
I think that'd probably be a lot more efficient than just running around town with no idea where we're going.
I'm sorry.
I'm quite inclined to agree, but for right now we should find where Stomps and Allie ran off to and then return back there before they get lost.
Oh, yeah, Throg will have our skins if we lose those. DM?
Yes.
Are we rolling to find the kids, or do we just run in their direction?
Oh, they're just like around a group of people. They didn't get much farther than you guys. They
I see.
basically it's like a crowd of like 8 people smelling to high hell, kind of like step in between you and them, and then they're like they lose the scent and then look back and go, oh, kind of like sit and wait.
Standing, cupping his hands. Steps! Allie! Get your asses over here.
Let's see.
They seem to quite like you.
Stomps bowls through the last guy in the pack, just knocking his legs out from under him, and his alley like chases to the side, and guy just falls on his ass.
All right.
I'm just looking
All
up
right,
at you,
let's go home.
like almost wagging his whole body, like kind of how a corgi does, because he got no tail.
Yeah. Okay, easy enough. Let's get back to the academy.
And that you do. And that will be just about the time when Throg and Dee get back. So, shall go back. I have to make sure I have the correct map, because I have 2 of these labeled. Yes, I do.
Guy took a DM. Oh, you did. Okay.
I did.
Oh, whoops. This
I
is been
didn't
on the
realize you
wrong,
saw.
Yeah.
Maybe guy lock in.
I'm locking in.
Get real.
So
I'm
far
getting
this
real.
so far this session, there's been 3 nat 20s, and every single one of them came from Stomps.
Hey, what's
Stomps
up?
is the new
As
Bubs.
usual.
No, Bubs rolled like shit.
It was Ferris who was... No, it was Elena who was cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elena was cracked.
This fucking picture you sent me.
Is it the fucking Night Rain one?
No, he sent me another one.
Teehee.
Teehee.
Hoo-hoo.
I like how Sark has gone back to playing Wordle.
I got it in 3 tries.
Nice job, Sark.
Are you
Oh
doing
yeah, it is the
again?
next day for you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Time zones.
I'm still at a fat 99%.
I'm at a fat
still-
99% as well. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm still moving stuff, so that's
There I
probably
am.
why.
Hold on.
There we go.
Hold on. Mwah, mwah, mwah,
There
mwah.
we fucking go.
Private handshake.
All right. Irene immediately goes to bed.
What? Oh, true.
Because,
I guess.
uh,
Oh yeah, I forgot Didi was with us. Come on, Didi. Oh wait, I'm carrying Didi.
I
Good.
guess no dinner for Throg and the others tonight.
Someone's having dinner tonight.
why did that sound so sexual?
And ominous
Smile.
at the same time.
Yeah, that was the most sexual
You-
threat I've ever heard.
You will have a good time. That
You
I
will.
swear.
You will
You
eat.
will. Me
You're gonna
out.
like it or else.
You will be surrounded by nothing but love and by the love
It's
and
your worst
company of your
nightmare.
friends. That has been promised years ago.
All right, yeah, you kind of meet up just about at the same time.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, the babies run up to Throg and just kind of start running around him in circles.
What I say, all in the same time.
You guys
Huh?
didn't even come to help us when that lady kidnapped us.
We were busy with our own situation.
What if we never came back?
What's this about kidnapping who? Huh?
It's over now.
Check the sting stone we gave you.
Huh?
Astra,
This-
yours is left on mute.
I don't. What's left on what now?
It's left on mute. You might want to turn it on.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah,
It's right
Carson
there,
found
in your
him
pocket.
He
Hold
has
on.
not received one.
Definitely puts his in your.
Sleight of hand.
This could be funny. This could be funny. Hold on. Let me. Okay, evens I do it. Odds I don't.
Okay, and then we'll roll the sleight
I
of
don't
hand.
do it.
Okay.
It's the showers, Irene. Oh shit, there's a raccoon in the pool.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
one of
where-
your classmates.
That's the one I smuggled in my asshole.
It's just one of your classmates. You've not smuggled him in your asshole.
This
Oh,
is
we
family.
could fit 2.5 of him, right? Right, Sark?
My ass is like a clown. More people coming out.
It's a small raccoon, so it'd be honestly like 4 of him.
Okay.
Throg starts heading up the stairs, glances over at Ashter, and continues.
Oh, you'll go out with Erico, but not me.
Aster's got a passive of 13. Would he have noticed, or do I have to roll for that?
You would have noticed the like.
Why does this
Look.
keep happening to me?
That's just he just carries fucking Edie away. Oh yeah, I should put the professor somewhere.
Oh, is he carrying DD away? It's only got Thompson.
Well, that's because
I don't
Right,
exactly have
stairs.
possession of DD.
The stairs don't work.
Yeah, the
Work.
stairs don't work. Just tell me where you want to go.
I want to head up to the floor where Erico and Ignatius's rooms are.
So does Judy know that Erico had an appointment?
No.
I thought you told everybody.
DD got left
Oh
outside.
yeah, she did. That's because Dee Dee's currently playing Wordle.
What about DD having an
No,
appointment?
Dee Dee's currently in loading hell because it keeps saying I keep disconnecting from the thing.
Did
Yeah.
you want to
That's
have
loading
Dee
hell.
do something, or
Oh, well, Dee Dee was just gonna ask how it went if Dee Dee was aware. I just couldn't remember if Dee Dee had actively been told. But I think so because I think Dee Dee was the one that said something about sending the dinosaurs. In which case, how does Eriko and Aster look?
Sweaty.
Gay as fuck.
That's just hitting the showers. I'm not 100% sure about the. No. He'll meet with Eriko and Iggy afterwards.
I am going to quickly,
He
before
just needs to be
Aster
clean.
is done taking a shower, make a
Climb in with
warm
him.
plate. I'm gonna make a warm plate of food for Aster, wrap it up, and place it outside his door at his room,
Oh,
and head back to the confine of my room.
all right. Then.
Airco.
Hold on.
Sorry, I didn't know if you were finished.
There we go.
Cooking up a storm.
What do I roll to clean myself?
Cooking it up.
You don't need to roll to clean yourself.
Natural one.
Funny.
Comes out even dirtier somehow.
Doesn't wash his foreskin.
Oh, God.
The barbed foreskin.
Happy June.
Pepper too.
Oh.
I'm not touching that one with the 10-foot pole. Last time I did, the barbs got included. Anyway.
Did the 10-foot
Fuck
pole
is.
go into the bar?
My God. All right. So
Someone.
Aster's showering. So he's cooking. And Eriko, you immediately went upstairs, yes?
She didn't go. She's not going to go up there and confront him right away. She just wants to check to see if he's in.
Knock, knock, knock. Do you want to build a snowman?
That's what happened last session.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got you covered. Hold on. Knocking warning.
Thank God I'm in my
Thank you.
attic.
Keep it down up there, Declan.
Oh, sorry, John. Fuck you. Yeah.
The quieter one is the one I'll always get freaked out by. Because
Yeah, that's
never,
the one that I need a warning for.
it never plays in the same ears for some reason.
Yep.
No.
What are you going to do to see
Ignatius,
if he... Oh,
are you in?
What are you, a sending stone, or are you actually knocking?
Knocking.
Yes, I'll be just a moment.
Vine boom.
What time is it, DM?
about 1 a.m.
Damn.
Please, come in.
Oh, not quite yet.
Okay.
I'm not the only one who wished to speak with you. Aster actually requested that the three of us sit down and have a conversation, but I was unsure if you were in or out and about or perhaps indisposed with somebody at the moment.
Oh, no. It's just me. I was getting ready for bed, actually. What to thank goodness I didn't undress yet.
Panting, covered
Now,
in sweat.
what is this
Oof.
about?
He'll probably be heading up to his room by now.
Fortunately, I have 3 chairs, but one's much fancier than the other.
Then perhaps this may be a bit easier if the three of us met in my room where there is seating to accommodate.
Well, if you believe so.
Oh, sweet. Hell yeah.
Give
There
me
you
a
go.
I
couple of
did
minutes.
mention that
Kneeling
she
shower.
had enough like seats in her room to accommodate for situations like this, right?
No, you've never told me that.
I thought I did have it
So
included in the
now
description.
we'll pretend. Just what to do. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Up.
Yeah. There we go.
I think this is actually the first time I get to really describe Eriko's room.
Yeah.
Now that she has all the crazy conspiracy bullshit taken down off of her walls.
It's bright pink.
Oh, that's the room next door.
There's a lot of boy bands.
That's the other room next door.
He has a poster of Kill la Kill posted everywhere.
That's okay. there
And
you
Shadow
go.
the Hedgehog.
And one Shadow the Hedgehog.
Why is there so many lipstick stains on it?
And
would
Gigi.
would Throg have included a set of utensils with this wrapped up food?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And a
Noted.
napkin.
And a napkin.
And a wet wipe.
So,
And a little note. Little kiss smudge on it.
Eriko's room
Little heart.
is
Okay, Eric goes.
Does he
predictably
not say anything?
I'm joking about the note. Unless.
God damn it. Erico's room. Stop flirting.
Eriko's room.
yes, it is predictably well kept with a borderline pristine look to it. You'd almost mistake it for a model room at first. She has. It smells like she had a candle burning at some point that kind of has a scent of, go figure, confections in the air. It's, you can kind of see it sitting on a dresser. There is a table and chairs kind of in the middle with a few other papers strewn about it and a plant in the center of it. Most of what's in there is pretty unremarkable. Plain sheets, a chic rug, the aforementioned furniture, a bulletin board tacked with significantly fewer notes than she had someone discover a few nights ago that detail important responsibilities pertaining to her position within the academy. The most notable things there are a place for her weapon and her coat and other adjacent equipment near the door next to just a standard coat rack. And then in the corner, what appears to be a well-loved stuffed displacer beast drooped over the back of a chair by the window.
Posture check, by the way, everyone. Hydration.
My posture's good. Are we inside
Please.
Eriko's room yet? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
Take a seat wherever you shall please, I suppose.
Just gonna...
Such
Yeah,
a quick
just-
crawling through the walls.
Call me Nightcrawler.
Actually, he's gonna sit on Eriko's little office chair right here.
He just drops down from the ceiling. Like goddamn Spider-Man.
Excuse
Throg
me,
is
I was
painted
getting
to match
ready.
The wall colors.
I
He's
want
blending
pictures
in.
of Ignatius!
Forgive me, I was phasing through your walls.
What'd I say about unsolicited phase?
Eriko, I'm in your walls.
Go. I am your
Up
walls.
in your ceiling.
Echo, just letting you know,
Forgive me.
you ran out of asbestos.
No,
We seem to have found what we believe to be another lead in the situation regarding the body that was recovered in the dormitory.
intriguing. What discovery is this?
Well, in following through with the note that was left for me, I rather serendipitously encountered our Diego Oviedo fellow.
Oviedo? I remember Diri saying the tree said his last name was Ovideo? Again, this is information from a tree, so
Insight?
I think this is just him making fun of Dee Dee.
You're
Anyway.
quite sure this is our man, though?
No, I do not believe so. I sat down and I conversed with him, and by the end of the meeting, I was all but convinced that it was, to be blunt, some act of self defense fueled by a cultural difference of sorts. What I mean is that he was put in a perilous situation by another individual. He fought back, and while I do not condone what followed, this was not done. What happened in the dormitory was not done by him. Whoever moved the body into the room is a complete third party entirely.
That is interesting. He's like scratching his chin, like ponderous in thought. Hmm. That just leaves more questions than answers. But it closes one route, I suppose. If you don't believe this Diego character had done it, then one less person to be looking for.
Actually, that was half of why we requested to speak with you. Can I do a perception check and see if there's any evidence on Ignatius of Diego?
Um, can I assist from a distance? Just because Aster's also kind of eyeing him while he eats.
Sure.
Um, how do you want to do? How do you want to just give?
Well, I got
Erica
a nat
advantage?
20, so
Never
Oh,
mind. I don't know a
good,
damn thing.
good job, Stomps.
Well, let's see. Uh, one.
anyone from Andrew, by the way?
I got a message. I think he just had a headache and is probably joining us soon.
Aye, aye.
He's missed quite a bunch.
You don't spot anything.
Damn. Okay. Stays quietly eating.
It's just good
Ignatius,
fucking food.
where were you earlier tonight, if I may?
I went through a quick stroll through the market. I was looking for tea. My stores of Tailberry Green and Tailberry Black are running quite low. I figured I may as well look and see if they have anything. They don't, as to be predicted. So I came back here. I studied some homework, and I was getting ready for bed when you saw me.
Would that be perception or insight in this
That
case?
would be an insight.
Who's his tea supplier?
Sure.
And would Aster know the area?
It's not a great one. That's 13.
Yes, and it's probably. I'd say it would be a fancy little stall that tends to have the more exotic teas and coffees.
I'll say this. Ignatius brought quite a stash of tea with him from Tilbury, and he's been not using it sparingly, so it's a good assumption to like it's a good assumption that he is running a little low on tea. as
Yeah.
for merchants, I guess Aster would have a guess, and it would probably be who you described.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing more to add. Sorry, carry on.
Could I insight to, I guess, think about the proximity of that to where they were at the rat tail?
Sure. Almost not quite at opposite ends of the place, but it's the market like 10 minutes from the Harbinger Inn. So the
That's a
opposite
good ways
direction.
off. Yeah. You go pretty far to get that tea.
Market is only about 15 minutes from the dormitories. It's not that far.
It's a good walk. It's definitely less of a distance than we were at Erco. So,
Are you sure?
am I sure? Dakota?
I mean,
Are you
15.
sure?
It 15 give or take, depending on how brisk you walk.
And he was hauling cheeks there when we were suing him.
The other fella.
Yeah, Diego.
That way is about half an hour walk.
Yeah. So we would have been further away being at the Rat Tail Tavern than Iggy would have been over at the Little Market.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as far as Aster is concerned, this alibi is checking out. But he's just sitting in the corner. So
Getting to speak with this Diego fellow, he reminded me an awful lot of you in some ways.
How do you mean?
Well, he had a taste for the finer things. Very specific brands and preferences for his food and drink. Some eccentricity, endearingly.
What do you mean
And
by specificities?
he was rather particular about the sort of wine that he spoke of as his favorite.
That being?
DM, what was his favorite brand of wine?
I don't remember either.
Declan?
it's it's a red wine from what I remember.
Was it a red wine or a rosé?
Cala Rosé.
There we go.
Iggy like cracks a smile and like kind of starts like chuckling to himself. You can't be serious.
Erico's gonna look at him with a face of like, with a face of, buddy, when am I not serious?
Listen, and Asta, you may stop me if you've heard this before. One can take teas from Telberry, Amtragard, and the Camilla port. And they can combine these three, and they can compare these three and contrast. And you might have a small group that likes one, a small group that likes another, and a small group that likes a third. And then he gestures to Aster. Aster, when you and I went out for our drinks, you ordered fire whiskey. What kind did you get?
Dakota never specified actually. It was just a fire whiskey.
You got the nice stuff. It was Tiefling Fire Whiskey.
He'll relate.
Tiefling.
It's tiefling.
Tiefling.
If I remember correctly, you
got-
got the gnomish whiskey.
I got the gnomish, and there's also dwarvish. Similarly, you can find little groups for each of them who claim one is the best and the others are inferior. A nice bit of healthy discussion. What one does not do in these areas is say that there is a wine better than Korlands. Rosé happens to be the cheapest, which is why you'll see men like myself and like this Diego character order such. It's the most affordable, it's the most widespread. Whites and reds have their allies too, but they're much more expensive, so their clientele is much more above me. What you will never find is someone saying that Kayla wine is inferior to any other countries or any other brands, and those who do simply have not had Kayla's wine. Specifically, no one has had Kayla Gold, which is, of course, the most inaccessible of all the wines. So good, it supposedly puts other wines to shame. Of course, I couldn't even afford a bottle. I couldn't even afford a sip. So, I stick with rosé. So does most of the population.
What was your point with this?
My point is, if Eriko had said, Diego, this Diego character likes to drink water, and she suspects me because I also do the same, you're not ruling out a large amount of the population, are you?
He does kind of have a point, Ergo.
That is true. But what confounds me even more so, why did Stomps take such a liking to him?
I think that one's probably the more pressing issue. Now, I haven't been with y'all for very long. So, who knows? I don't know if Stomps has met a Diego while with your company, but to my knowledge, he's not friendly really with anybody else that he's not familiar with.
Yes,
It's more than likely the way Throg has him raised. But he was a little too jumpy as far as being in Diego's personal space.
as Aster said, much like Diego's wine, Stomps has a very particular palate for friends and associates. Enough so that Stomps pursued this Diego individual and was quite considerably friendly with them.
Did you know? That's really interesting. I have no answer for that. I'm no expert on dinosaurs.
Can I do an insight check on... Actually, can I do perception to see if there was any kind of hell in Iggy whenever Aircoat brought up the Stomps point? Like, if there's any kind of visible reaction from Iggy.
Sure. Roll it against whatever Declan wants.
Uh, 16. Not the
Oh.
greatest roll.
Not a thing. It's just speaking like it's the way it is.
Is there anything else you needed me for?
I'm just going over what leads I had from that meeting to see if there's anything that I'm.
So, like, Erica's flipping through her notebook, essentially.
No, this is me out of character.
I know, but it could be Erico in character.
Yeah.
Master, I must ask, why were you there?
I'm throgging it.
I happened to stop by for a drink. I wasn't expecting Erico to also be there, and somehow in the got roped into things.
Why not? She
I
read
will
her
say,
letter
this is
aloud to the. She read her
pretty
letter out
entertaining.
to the entire dormitory.
I don't think I was there for that.
It was right before we went to go see Dee Dee. Or her parents. His parents. Their
Oh yeah, he
parents.
definitely wasn't there for that.
I'm throgging
Because
it.
they had to fetch Aster from his room.
Yep.
That's right. Declan's forgetting, and therefore Iggy is forgetting. Point withdrawn then. My apologies.
No harm, no foul.
So that still leaves the question of who wrote this note in the first place. Because meeting Aster there was complete happenstance.
Is it a handwritten note?
It's a good point.
Could we compare penmanship on the note that Aster has?
Which note?
Of course.
From Iggy inviting him to tea the first time around.
I mean, yeah. Bad notes. I write all this down. I write everything. Yes, they were both handwritten. But I guess give me a perception check. Or an investigation, whichever is better.
DM, am I supposed to have the second letter in my inventory?
Yes, you'll be getting it when you go to your room.
Okay, I just want to make sure it wasn't.
Well,
I was
a
just
bunch.
checking the description of the letter to make sure it wasn't.
Oh, you get it soon.
Specification was not there.
Or maybe it would be investigation is the better role option.
They're both heroes, I think. So yeah, they don't look anything alike. It's one's real blocky and very squared off, while he's got his like fucking calligraphy penmanship.
He was here. He'll be able to do this.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. And then fuck him afterwards.
What?
Right. I don't think Tiffany knows, but I don't think that Tiffany knows what sex is. It's a different Tiffany.
Yeah, my Tiffany knows.
But my Tiffany knows calligraphy.
And my Tiffany knows anal.
In fan fiction.
You want to compare notes?
Oh shit.
Oh, I mean, I guess that was kind of a dead avenue.
Yeah.
Not entirely.
Tucks it back in the pocket.
It's not my penmanship, but it could be someone else's in the dormitories. Or it could be someone who isn't in the dormitories. You could
What,
absolutely
should we
compare.
go around asking people for their writing?
No, I'm not suggesting something as time-consuming and out there as that, but it could be someone's. And if we see it, we may recognize it. Recognize it. It's not entirely a dead end. It's something to keep note of.
Well, he
Unf-
stands up, kind of gives a shrug because his plate of food's empty. I think I'm tapped out, Eriko. If you want to keep asking questions, by all means,
no,
I'm going back to my room.
I believe this is as far as this should go tonight. I apologize for any suspicion that I may have leveled against you, Ignatius.
You're a suspicious person by nature. No harm, no foul, as our good friend Astor says. But please, next time, let's do this in my room. I can at least prepare tea for you. My stores may be getting empty, but it's good to waste tea among friends.
Aster's gonna head over to Throg's room.
Yes. Well, have a good evening, and I hope that
Wherever that may be.
new leaf may show itself
How
sooner
the
than
tables have
later.
turned.
We may only
Wait,
hope.
DM, but I was gonna say Eriko is back in her room.
Meeting adjourned. Everyone back to your room.
I more mean in the morning you'll get it.
Oh,
But good night, Erica. Let me know if there's anything else that I may be of service to.
she's not gonna say anything. She's just staring down at her notes, trying to fit these pieces together that
With that, we'll go to the Throg's room.
Gives the door a good ol'. That didn't pick up on my Discord mic, but I know it picked up on my recording mic. Good ol' knock for Throg.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Come in.
Okay.
Would
Steps
you say
in.
this? By the way, would you say this window's big enough to like just open up and sit by?
Yeah.
So that's a scene. You see Throg, window open, sitting on the window ledge, looking out.
Look at you all wistful by the window. I've got a question for you. And he puts the plate down on this like weird little like thing over here.
Anywhere I keep the food
Um
in for Stomps and Ellie.
Yeah, it's like a barrel of like dinosaur chow.
Dino Chow.
puts the dinner plate and utensils on top of that just because he doesn't want to be holding it in his hand. That's where he's more than likely going to keep it. Um, he'll pick it up on his way out. Whatever.
And what would that be? Turns his head. Looking at Ashton.
We had a bit of a meeting last night. Not last night. Tonight. With a guy at a bar. And by we, I mean me, Ali Stomps, Eriko. Uh, have you ever met a guy named Diego?
Not
And
once.
kind of describes his like physical appearance for Throg.
Can't say I have. Why?
Thoms was very friendly with him when we encountered.
That's
I
odd.
happened to meet up with Eriko, Stomps in tow, because she had Allie. And Stomps basically, for lack of better words, attacked the guy. Not violently, but a little too in his space.
Is everyone okay? Nothing happened, did it?
No, nothing happened. For better or for worse.
So, what's the importance with Diego?
There's a good chance that that's the guy that you guys have been looking for the murders. Erica's super just whoosh, and he does like a hand gesture for tunnel vision about it, so I thought I'd ask.
I would say it wouldn't be the first time we've met someone who can change face. Implying that this could be someone who can do the same. Maybe not to the same extent, but the gist of it. Maybe it is
Yeah, I
someone
just
we
kind
know.
of I'm coming here following a meeting Eriko had with Iggy, because she suspected it could have been Ignatius based off of some similarities. But having spoken to him and hearing where he had been tonight and his own waxings of her observations, his alibi kind of checks out.
As Ashter is explaining, Throg would get up from his seat, start walking, getting closer to Ashter. Go on.
Sorry, you sunlocked Kai a little bit.
As Ashter's talking, he's gonna glance at Ashter's plate, glance at his clothing. During mid sentence, he's gonna start adjusting his shirt a bit, making sure it's cleaned up a bit. Any remains from his dinners been brushed off.
Is he cleaning up Aster?
Once Ashter's been cleaned up and all proper, he locks eyes with him.
Now you're ready for kindergarten. Sorry.
And Ashter, what of you?
Hmm?
Are you okay?
Yes. Where's all this coming from? It kind of like takes a step back.
He shrugs. It just felt like I may have been rude, a little rude earlier.
Hmm.
Kind of forced my own feelings a bit without taking yours into consideration and what you may be going through.
No, listen. I had some time to think about it.
Sorry, I just keep forgetting I Raid's in the room. She has one eye open, just watching.
She's at the foot
reading
of the
her book.
bed, just sitting there, like, go on.
I'm not
No,
here.
don't mind me.
She's on the cook chair.
Oh, hang on.
It never ends. It never ends.
No. Go on. I'm not in the room. Is Frog turning that right? Are you sure?
She's reading a
You have
book
my
called
permission.
Cuckolding 101.
She's writing everything down.
Every room has the Irene chair.
There's an Irene chair in all of us.
That's what you're saying.
I appreciate the concern. I might have been a little bit too aggressive with you earlier.
I mean,
The
you
stuff going
do.
on with me isn't your fault. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be so harsh with you.
He looks down a bit, kind of twiddles his fingers around for a second, looks back at you. You have your reasons for the way that you feel and for the things that have happened. And I'm sure these are things that aren't easy to share. You've mentioned earlier, we only just started to get familiar with one another, and I started jumping the gun, behaving as if we were good friends, good long friends. I should have taken my time and, again, respected your boundaries.
I just don't like you barging into my room.
I knocked this time. he he
That you
kind of
did.
awkwardly chuckles.
That you did.
Just,
I don't.
mm,
If it's any relief to this brooding insecurity that you've got going on, as he gestures with his hand at Throg's finger twiddling body language. Um,
kind of flinches a bit at that.
I don't hate that about you.
He has his eyes shut for a second as you're flinching away. As you, he slowly opens one eye to look back at you with a little bit of confusion.
And looking at Aster, he's kind of sort of looking at the floor in a in like a far off way. Um before looking back at Throg. I would argue having that capacity is probably one of the best qualities about you. To be able to just meet anybody and treat them as if you've known them forever. It's a to tell you the truth, perhaps some of my more standoffish responses to how you come for me
Ugh.
lies more in the fact that you remind me of my girlfriend. She's should roll in perception for. um
I'm just checking Aster's demeanor after mentioning that. The way he says certain words.
He's a little like closed off. There's an awkward like stance, hand in the pocket, other hand like scratching the neck, if you will. Um a thoughtful sway as he's trying
Look,
to like find
wait,
the
wait.
words.
Gonna DM you something. There you go. Make it more dramatic.
Okay, let me see about getting this working on the sideline.
Yeah, I'll give it Dakota too. There you go, Dakota.
Can I turn the audio on for this window? Probably not. Damn. Okay, well, I guess we'll just play it through Discord. Mood music on. As I was saying, there's a bit of like a thoughtful sway to like the rhythm of his speaking. Body language otherwise kind of guarded, but open. But anyway.
Sure.
I don't really like talking about it. It's something that happened a few years ago. But
You're still hurting, aren't you?
I thought I was over it. And then CL decided to come into my room of all days and just I was hoping that she wasn't as cruel of a person as everybody's been making her out to be. I don't like being on the receiving end of that. But you kind of came in very shortly after I was trying to pull myself together, having heard that.
I know how you feel about this. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. He's going to, once again, hug him. But this time, he's more assertive about it. That feeling that you feel when you think of her, it hurts. It hurts a lot, doesn't it? But that's because you were reminded of you once loved, that you still do. But with fads, there are some moments you must remind yourself of. Reason for that hurt. Reason why it's so hard. Is that it feels as if you're focused on what's lost instead of reminding yourself about the moment that you had spent together. When you wake, to experience that love, to feel her warmth, you can. You two shared a dream, did you not? Aster?
Sorry. He's kind of let's see. Throg's in this like really assertive like grab, and he hasn't quite reciprocated the hug, so you get like a kind of like a kind of stiff Aster. Could you let go of me, please?
I'm sorry, but he lets go immediately. You two shared a dream, did you not?
To some extent.
No,
It's
some extent.
actually more
Yes or no?
that
Don't walk around this. I need a yes or no. It's important to be honest with yourself as well.
Fine. Yes, I wasn't dodging or trying to be dishonest with how I felt about it. I was more so going to explain to you, but you know, if you don't want to hear it, that's fine.
You would explain to me when things are a little calmed down. To talk so much right now about something that feels so heavy.
Not that it's
Listen.
breaking.
You two share a dream. That means it's gonna poke his chest, where I assume where his heart is. She's still here. Because every day that you get to walk, that you get to stand, that you get to wake, is a step closer for a dream that you two were able to achieve.
Kind of looks to the side awkwardly.
If you're so focused on the lost, you'll forget what's been given. You will forget the moments you did get to experience together. Whether they're good or bad, you still get to experience. You had an opportunity to experience life. If you focus on what's lost, you'll forget what her smile looked like. It weighs heavy on your heart. It makes you alone. It makes the world around you so much darker.
Are you done?
Sorry.
Like I said, it was a couple years ago. At the current moment, a lot of the pain is more akin to a scar reopening. I've been through all the romantic waxings of the gift of life and being able to move forward where she can't for pretty much since she died. So, I appreciate it, but you're preaching to the choir. Those aren't necessarily words that I need to hear anymore to be able to move forward, because if I were still in that kind of rut, then I'd probably be in a worse off place than I am right now.
Sorry. I didn't mean to jump the gun.
Like I said, I don't hate that about you. Sure, it makes me a little uncomfortable. Sure, you could be a little bit forward, but you're going into the world hard on your sleeve. Just be careful that you don't end up getting stabbed in the back for it.
Why would I need to be worried of that when I have you and Irene and the others here?
Just on the off chance that none of us are around.
Then I will wait for you. Something tells me that no matter what happens to me, I know I can count on you and the others. I feel safe. I appreciate the warning nonetheless. And for somewhat being a couple of strangers, I once again wish to thank you for everything between the incident and all the way till now. I guess it's only fair that I get to speak as well about some of my doubts and some of my fears. Since you've shared something so personal. When the incident happened, he begins walking a bit, trying to capture his thoughts. When the incident happened initially, I had so many of the students come to me asking if it's true. And I kept telling everyone there's more to it and that they'll be back. But looking to them, looking in their eyes, when they begged me to promise that will be the case, I didn't know what to do.
I mean, how were you supposed to know what to do?
I wanted to deliver hope, but instead, I feel like I invited more concerns. And I didn't think I fully grasped the events that happened. The emotions, they continue to build on.
While Throg is walking around and
It's gonna walk back to the window, by the way.
while he's like walking around, you got like a chair around here somewhere?
Sure.
You know what, fuck it. I'll have Aster sit on the bed, because you're already going back to the window. And just because it's weird when he's just standing there.
One arm's on the window frame, the wind's blowing, the moonlight's beaming down on the Throg.
Aster's kind of got the, one leg down, one leg up, heel on the corner of the mattress type seating. Reclines back on his left arm, just listening to Throg.
I didn't realize how much my life was a luxury compared to others. I had family which loved me. I didn't really come about with any issue. I hadn't had to deal with life lost. And when it happened, I didn't know what to do other than just I don't know. When CL struck at Irene, I felt as there's something I could have done. I could have stopped her. I could have done literally anything than what I have done.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you try getting in the way of CL attacking Arain?
For what? She still managed to take her life before my eyes. I promised Irene that no more loss would happen. That regardless of what events unfold, I'll stay by her to reassure her that tomorrow will still rise, the sun will still come up, and here I am. Onto my knees. Blood in my own hands at this point. I never felt such lack of power, such emotions. Something inside wished to come forth. Anger. I wanted something to blame. But that wouldn't change anything that had happened. So, I feel like, what's the point of talking about how I feel if compared to everyone else, I feel, I don't know.
That there's one thing I have learned. That train of thought isn't productive to you trying to move forward with feeling so what's the word?
I know.
Weak. And at the end of the day, having something to blame feels a lot better than blaming yourself for everything going on. And as an extension of that, she's fine now. And it gestures over to Irene sitting in the corner. So did you really fail?
I don't know. I feel like I didn't do anything to help them come back, so it's not
Consider
really.
this. You've been given a second chance. They've been given a second chance. All you can do from here is make sure that you're strong enough to avoid that ever happening. But even so, should it happen again, that's not your fault. You've done literally everything that you possibly could to avoid it. Unless, you're not doing anything to avoid it, or you're the one causing it, in which case, but...
Ashter,
Throg?
will you be there? Will you be there when I can't keep my head held high? When despair looms over and I cannot see what's in front of me? Will you help remind me of what I have around?
I will be.
You see his shoulders kind of move a bit, and if you if you really notice, Throg has been crying.
Whoa, hey there, big guy. And Aster will have, like, stood up. Goes over. This is weird for him because he hasn't done this in a while. Hands on the shoulder. I know this experience has been new for you. It's definitely a hard one for someone who's never experienced it before. I trust you to continue as you have, and selfishly, I'll take you as a light in my life. You've gone way over and beyond to prove
As Asher's trying to comfort him, Throg can't find himself to look at Asher the way he is right now. He's trying to avoid his gaze.
Aster's gonna take one hand from the shoulder, cup his jaw, or like hand on cheek, chin area for Throg, and turn him toward him.
His face is a complete mess. He'd lost his composure.
He kind of thumbs over the tear. I know this feeling of uselessness.
Aster,
You need someone to be a rock.
I didn't feel like this since the episode of Avatar when Leaves in the Vine played. And Uncle Iroh was singing Leaves in the Vine.
Oh my god, my composure!
And the moment is ruined.
No, we can fix it. Watch. This is the best part about improv is getting back in the moment.
Fade to black. Fade to black.
Come on. You get back into it.
Kind of thumbs over, tear on the cheek. If a promise is what you need, I promise I'll be there.
He looks.
To support you when you're down. And remind you that there is another day tomorrow. Because I trust that you're doing the same for me.
Makes eye contact. Makes eye contact, staring. Tears still kind of rolling down a bit. Throg unsure on how to move forward from this. He's going to Aster. He places his finger on his chest, dead center. You see this, Aster? This right here.
Finger on whose chest?
Your Aster's chest.
Okay.
Turns his finger and flicks his nose the moment
Ah, fuck. Motherfucker.
You left yourself open. You left your guard down.
I'm gonna make a dexterity roll. Well, Dakota, In a related sense to the thing that I had sent you, would this be dexterity or sleight of hand or what?
Sleight of hand.
Okay. God damn it! Well. In a more obvious way than I would have liked this to play out. Aster shakes his head, wags his finger, moves in a motion to grab Throg by the shirt, and just lays one on him.
I got flipped over? Tossed to the ground?
No! He smooches. Pulls away. Hand still kind of like clutching the fabric of the shirt. I could say the same for you. Pats him on the collarbone as he like squares himself like back. Now we're even from earlier. And he turns around and he heads out the door, picking up the plate, the empty plate from the barrel thingy, and then just taking off.
Throg turns his attention back to outside. What a weird way of saying hello. He laughs to himself and wipes the tears out of his eyes.
So anyway,
With that,
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
happy Pride Month.
Happy June.
happy Pride Month.
Happy Men's Mental Awareness Month. Throg was not mentally good, so the men came to give him some.
Kiss a man
Come on.
today. And now we will go to Edie.
Dude, my fucking music is so dramatic right now.
Hello.
God, it was just setting the atmosphere.
It's late,
Now that Throg's done giving Aster his milk.
and
But I'm the milkman!
kind of dragged you to the little sitting area he set up with like the things you brought from home. Being in the center of the table, and Ivan just sits you down, and you can see he's doing this little thing with his claws where he's kind of like awkwardly fidgeting with his fingers. Just oh, and then the bean just kind of looks from him to you and goes, he wants to talk about something.
There's an exclamation mark over his head for dialogue.
No, it's just because he saw Solid Snake.
How solid was he?
Well, Throg's the one in the outfit, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty solid right now.
But the real question is Throg invisible?
Hold on, queuing it in.
Ivan just nods a bit and then sits down across from Dee Dee, and I just wanted to make sure that you're okay.
Dee Dee is going to look from Bean to Ivan and back again, and then just kind of glance around the room and heaves a sigh. And there's a long pause.
Oh, that's where you guys are. I was looking for you.
Guess I don't know. I got to watch a friend kill my parents a second time.
If I had a coin for every time it happened,
I have 2 coins, and
Yes.
both times I never got to actually even remotely come close
I
to
just
saying
realized I've been muted.
goodbye.
If
Welcome back.
if if it helps, they left you something.
Who?
my friends or family.
To your parents.
Oh, you. What?
That he
Wait, are you just.
wanted to let you sleep and calm down before showing it. Figured you were emotional and you'd been up all night and probably wasn't the best thing to just hand over right away. And also, uh, uh, he awkwardly like pulls out the paper that kind of had like neatly folded in a pocket and smooths it out on the table. And I don't quite know if you can fully read it yet, but the note.
Is this the thing that the other one, the tall one with the beard? He had this, didn't he?
With the
Ig,
beard?
Ig, Ignatius.
Oh, no, no, no. It was, I believe it was given to the one with the purple hair and the ears. I think.
Purple hair in the ear. The one
Grumpy?
that killed my parents?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it, if that means anything, it kind of adds to the fact that this was a consensual agreement deal.
Or it's a ransom note I can't read.
Would you like me to read it to you?
Dee Dee's nose is gonna go a little bit up in the air as if he's kind of offended at the suggestion, but also looks guilty because he really wants to know what's on that letter. And Ivan just gets like a very tiny, angry nod.
Well, first thing was supposedly the fix that Irene needed, but apparently Irene has figured that out herself. But
That's
I'm gonna.
illegal. How am I
What?
supposed to fix what I did wrong if she doesn't let me fix it?
I think you didn't do that wrong. I don't know if any of that was actually your fault.
They said it was.
Well, you did have a demon. Well, I don't think your spores made her heart a demon heart. That was kind of the part that they were fussing over.
Oh, well, they made it sound like my mushrooms were a problem.
I think it's more she didn't like that you did that. Mind you, she was dead at the time, so I don't really think she had much of a say in what happened, but
Well, she was partly dead. The revivified it the way it was supposed to.
probably has something to do with the demon heart thing, if I had to say anything.
But there were no demons there. How'd she get that?
He just kind of shrugs. I don't know. I've been hearing from Argentia that something about demon ancestry and somebody's grandmother, grandfather, something? Sure. She just kind of
This a
rambles.
race thing because she has horns?
Well, so does
Not
Argentia.
every, but she hates her.
Well, Yes, but they're the same race, so I don't really think that would work. Otherwise, she'd be calling herself a demon as well. Unless she
I don't
doesn't
know. Their
care.
test doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. Their horns never fall off like yours, and it's confusing.
Horns are supposed to fall off. Why aren't their horns falling off?
He's just nodding and he's never met anyone with horns until you, so he just agrees with it.
Mm.
I
Well, at least these instructions will come in handy the next time I have to do this.
yes, that will be helpful. Hopefully, we won't have to do it another time, but
Ugh. Yes, hopefully not.
it's
Tiny
kind of
finger twitches.
he he kind of takes a second and like tries to process that before just shaking it off and okay. If you feel the need, just interrupt me. Starts Edie. Well, we were truly not your parents. All the memories we have were of you, bright smile. So our existence was short and born from something painful. We would not have changed a moment of our time. While we wish the need to meet had never come, savored every moment, were the beautiful light in our short existence. And whatever happens next, please just let it be. Your real parents would not have wanted this for us or yourself. Or a pure, lovely thing that did not deserve the experience you went through. Our memories are filled with only the love of your bright heart, and with that we pass on, duty fulfilled, happily so. Rest, mourn, please move on. Not bury your pure heart in the old when you have found so much new that can outshine any pain you've been through. Please do not be mad at the purple haired one. Both agreed to. That's the letter down in front, like next to the bean. Fidgets.
And there will be a tiny moment where Dee Dee is just staring at the letter and then basically brushes it off the table. Another moment, and then hurries and picks it back up and puts it back on the table, and then just huffs, crossing their arms. What am I supposed to do with that?
Um, I suppose whatever you'd like.
Didi, watch out! You're sitting on furniture.
Oh, it's a pillow.
I'm sitting on a pillow.
Safe. Shoo.
Ivan's the only one with a bed in this room. Technically, Dee Dee has one in here too. Dee Dee just doesn't use it.
Where did you sleep on the books? Or over here now? Or did you just sleep in the pile of pillows right here?
Yeah.
I suppose you could take their advice. I mean, you have a lot of friends here already, and I'm quite in agreement that you're a light in people's life.
Like like a like a firefly.
A firefly on a moonless night.
It's a lot brighter than you think it is. Especially if you're not expecting it in your face.
Oh,
Though I guess
yes.
I'm more so by people's knees.
It's okay. Just because you're small doesn't mean there's any less bright coming off you, any less light.
I'm not small. I'm perfectly average for uh
Your
my species.
your age, your species.
Yeah.
Is that what they tell you?
That's what Dee Dee tells themselves because they've never met another dear person.
I have no evidence to refute that, so that may just be. In fact, you could even be very tall for someone of your race.
That's right. And did you see how tall my antlers were?
Quite large. If they keep growing like that, by the next set you'll be as tall as, well, me or Grog or perhaps even Irene.
Dee Dee's eyes glaze over a moment, thinking about having horns that make them tall enough to be Irene's size. I'm gonna need heavier boots. I don't even have boots.
We can find something. We can make something. I know, I know someone here sews. Only crochet.
Crochet.
Huh? Yes. And yes, crochet. Would you like to learn?
What is crochet?
Oh, he gets up, he runs over to something over here, grabs some stuff out, runs back, sits next to you, and just kind of puts like two sets of the little knitting needles on the thing, pulls the yarn. Okay, so you do this, and he just goes through how you do the little like knitting it together motion, and ta-da! And he makes like a line of the thing, and then moves down one. Ta-da! Make blankets, scarves. Probably not clothes. The material can be a little too cheap for full clothes.
Dee Dee gets stuck.
It is. You have somehow managed to knit your hands together, or like crochet your hands together. And he just kind of puts both hands to his beak and. Okay, maybe a little more practice. Sometimes it takes time.
Is this the art of rest?
Uh, what's the word? No, let's not talk about that. Yes, but you're usually supposed to use handcuffs or manacles or something. Not monocles. Monocles are for your
Monocles.
eyes. Those are for your eyes. Sometimes I just talk so fast I don't know really what I'm saying anymore. I lose it a little. I try not to.
You make perfect sense to me. I don't see where you've lost anything. You have these little patches of ready arrest.
Yes. And if you make it another way, you can make gloves or a scarf or some sort of horn ornament. Even. Do they get cold? He just kind of raises an eyebrow and questioningly stares at Dee Dee.
He stares back with a completely blank expression. You practically hear the cogs like chinking together in Dee Dee's head, trying to recall if their horns have ever gotten cold. I mean, maybe when the the snacks come off. But then they kind of just stop feeling everything and then they fall off.
Ah. Well, then maybe we could make you some pretty horn decorations for before the snacks fall off. Kind of thinks about that for a moment, and then you can clear, like, if Dee Dee understood, you would clearly see it being filed away to talk about with other people later.
Yes, well, now there's a mess with all of the others. I don't know what's happening. No one keeps me in the loop. Although we have these fancy stones now, so maybe I'll be able to figure things out.
Oh, yes.
Did you get one of these?
Um, I'm getting one of the next batch. The next few are going to myself, Randall, Nev, Argentia, Exelon, and Chisel. And we'll be able to talk whenever.
Yes, yes. I guess I have to find CL at some point.
Error reason?
Well, Dee Dee's gonna shuffle around in their stuff and then just procures ahead.
Uh, uh,
I guess I kind of figured out why they did the thing that I didn't like them doing.
he has covered his face like most of the way for a second, and then you just see his hand slowly come down his beak and along his face to like a little necklace of his warlock patron, and he just, whose head is that?
The guy that killed my parents the first time.
Okay, I'm moderately less scared. Um, and what will CL do about it?
Bastard.
Nothing, but I got really mad at her.
Fair enough.
Can't be mad at her if I did the same thing, basically.
The cogs in his head are still going, and he's just like, I suppose that's true. Yes. Um. Yes, I suppose. I. Yes.
And maybe if I apologize to CL for being mad at her, she'll help us get rid of the principal.
Sorry. What? I wasn't pertinent to that conversation. I was outside. What?
The principal! She's like a winged holy thing,
It,
but I'm pretty sure she's not so holy.
uh, 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 what did she do?
Oh, she just wants to frame all of us for murdering people, write off anything and everything to do with anyone associated with us, got rid of all the funding for our stuff, wants to hold a whole bunch of stuff against us. And even though she got firsthand accounts of everything that went down from the people that died, she told them they were lying or making it up and refuses to believe the truth and is instead imposing her own uh agenda.
Hands on beak once again. Just miss a lot by not being part of the main group, don't I?
Huh? I don't know what a main group is.
Well, you see, well, we're friends. And he pulls out like a piece of paper and draws a circle. Well, here's me and you and the cult, and then he draws another circle, making like a Venn diagram. And then here's the cult. Here's your group, and in the middle, he just is me, Exelon, Argentia, and Vev. We're related to your group, but not directly so.
But I moved you here.
Well, yes, we're part of a bigger, which he then just draws a big circle around both the Venn diagram circles. So while I'm pertinent to what goes on in my group because I started there, I don't seem to be very pertinent on what's in your group.
I
With
get in all these circles.
well, apparently you're just making friends, and they call that social circle.
But we don't even talk. I just exist there.
Do you? I don't really know. You spend time with them. They help you with your parents. You've given them your snacks.
Most
Uh,
of them.
any of them not?
CL refused to take a snack. She doesn't like me.
She could just not eat meat, consensual or otherwise.
I feel like she's not a vegetarian.
Could ask. There's no harm in making sure and just asking her if she doesn't like you. Worst case, she just says yes, and you have to move on. Or I suppose you could try forcing her to be your friend. There's always ways to do that, but it's kind of not very nice sometimes.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is a long, suspicious silence.
Ivan said, I suppose you could just force her to be your friend. Dee Dee's just
She's learning
force-
from they're learning from Throg.
Actually, Ivan just kind of like, isn't that how Throg is treating Aster? Was it? Just kind of forces him to be around.
God damn
He
it.
says that as they didn't just smooch, as if his plans isn't working. Master Rizzler at the work.
Do you think this conversation with Dee Dee is happening like basically at the same time?
Yes.
You hear
Oh my
muffly
God.
crying around the wall. Talking.
Just
Your
like-
window
Instead of
is
the
open.
Instead of the
You-
witching
you should
hour,
roll- you should roll
3:13 in
perception.
Korlands is the kissing hour.
Sark, you should roll perception to see if DD.
Ivan, will you hear it? Ivan just like perks up a bit and hear it, like, ooh. Oh, perhaps they aren't just friends. Oh. Oh my.
At this point, I'm not talking, but I mean, I would imagine the muffle across the door would sound very suspicious, especially with Throg's crying.
Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to be Esther's friend after all. Though I didn't.
I think that that's a very special kind of friend he's trying to make there.
Completely different scene playing out.
But I didn't have to force Aster to be my friend.
Well,
Teal refused my treat, and Aster just took it, and they did the thing. They wanted to be friends from the start.
well, some people are just kind of frowns for a second, and then just some people don't want to admit that they want friends. so they act mean to push others away. Like Aster, I believe he acted the same way the first day he was here, didn't he?
That's who I was talking about.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Aster was the same way, and well, now they're doing that. You could theoretically do
Just grog
the
tonight.
same with CL, but without the that, or with it. I'm not going to say anything. He looks
It
down,
is
just
that
kind
time
of
of month.
twiddling his
It
fingers.
is that month.
Poor Dee Dee has no
Must-
idea what the sounds even are. So Dee Dee's just like, I don't understand.
What I'm just saying is that sometimes it just you have to push a little, and if you get pushed back very hard, then you step back and accept. But if you don't get any more pushback, then really they wanted to be a friend to begin with. Like when we first met, I got very huggy and looked terrified, but then well
Over the wall.
you you
That's
dragged
not
me.
happening across the room. Unless you want to
you-
call him back.
you
Yeah.
and then well
Waving a
you
little napkin.
Master Pinky like one of your French orcs.
and then you dragged me here. And I'm very happy about that.
Yes, yes. And you accepted my treat, but didn't kill my parents.
Exactly. Friendships are very complicated. It's hard for some people. That's with, well, anyone.
Yeah, I'm hard.
I
Stay
mean,
hard.
We
look
know.
at Irene, and she stops for a second, realizes what he's just said. Look at Har and he stops. He just looks down at the table. I don't have an example that doesn't end up in kissing or being related, and thus having to be friends.
Wait, I have to kiss people if I'm not related to them?
Well, you'll kiss one person if you're not related.
As opposed to being related to
But I
Man,
kissed my mom and I was related to them.
TD Guddles, okay?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to kiss anyone if you don't want to. It mostly comes down to if you'd like to. He just kind of, you see his eyes just kind of, his fucking pupils dilate. And he realizes the conversation he's about to have. He possibly might have. It's a whole thing. Like your mother and father. They kissed each other and they weren't related, so eventually you'll find someone. And then, what did you say? You were found in a cabbage patch? And one day maybe you two will
Yeah.
find a baby in a cabbage patch and be parent and parent.
But I found my baby in a book.
It wasn't in the book. I went into the book. I was an orb.
Yes, but I found you in a book, like my parents found me in a cabbage patch.
Babies can
That
be
makes you my child.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess babies can be found anywhere. Huh. You see the bean's mask like kind of just turn down at the table as he starts thinking.
But I was with a whole group of people that day. I don't think a whole group of people have a baby, do they?
Well, there are sayings that it takes a village to raise a child, which I guess just kind of means that it takes a lot of people to fulfill the needs of a growing baby. Sometimes it can be two, sometimes it can be three. Sometimes it's 7 or 8.
See, I see. So my parents were elite because they didn't need a village.
Yes, let's go with that.
Yeah,
Yes.
they used the village of the swamp.
That village is lovely.
You probably would have loved hanging out in all the trees if, you know, they didn't get killed and we had to come back after a lot of trauma.
Dee, is it okay if I hug you?
Uh, uh, I, what?
Well, I've realized I've not asked before. I just kind of do. And you're going through a lot right now, and you seem like you could use a hug.
Well, I haven't treated you like a table, so I guess that means it's okay.
I don't know what that means, but okay. And he just kind of like reaches down and just kind of hugs you like as gently as possible.
There's like Dee Dee's like counting in their brain for a little bit and then is eventually like, that's
Is it the
enough.
part where you kiss?
And just pulls his arms back. Of course, of course.
I don't know what we're supposed to do from here, though.
Which part?
Mm, nothing's been solved. It's nothing but loose ends.
I suppose so. I guess it just means you'll have to start investigating more. If anything didn't find a loose end to.
There's all this red hand stuff. And then the body in the dorms that the principal tried to blame on Ignatius.
Of course.
And we still haven't figured that out. And then there was the cult at the graveyard. We kind of figured that out.
I'm sorry, the
Hmm.
what?
The cult at the graveyard.
I
They have a special plant there if you would like to help me collect it someday.
Of course. We can make a day of it. We can get some lunch and then go down and get the plant.
Corpse core will be mine.
Okay. That's yes. Okay. And he's just the internal like neutral the internal like neutral good to like chaotic evil to whatever. It's just kind of spinning around like questioning itself inside Ivan. And he's just like, yes. Yes. Would you like to do that tomorrow or the day after or something?
I guess the next time everybody's busy. But I guess it has to be at night. Otherwise, someone might see us.
Sure. You know what? Yes. You know what? Then let's go now. And he just smacks the table. Let's go now.
Startled Dee Dee. And then Dee Dee hears more noises and is like, you know what? This
All right, let's go.
is a great idea.
He kind of like picks up the bean and puts him on his shoulder and then stands up and holds his hand out to you.
Dee Dee will be confused because Ivan got to the bean first. And she's just kind of like squinting at Ivan as Dee Dee
Well,
takes their hand and
well,
follows.
don't have your horns anymore. I don't want him to fall off.
L plus ratio.
Unless you have
Plus
a
he fell
pocket.
off.
Unless you have a pocket in that in any of that.
I can't wait for Dee Dee to have a receding hair.
Just kind of like shakes the bead and holds him back out to you. Sorry, I just worry.
Good. At least you care about Bean.
Of course, he's adorable.
Sometimes his head shakes.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's up with that.
I think it's a good thing.
It's like a warning.
Yeah.
Huh. Sure. And
Yes.
as you two go out to have a nice little adventure, and you're gonna
At
have your
3 in the
corpse
morning.
flower by morning. Yeah, you're gonna have your corpse flower in a couple hours.
Hooray.
Um,
Scared off by the sounds of Thraster.
Rasted all night long.
Right
Man,
next to Irene.
I knew it was gonna be like that. I would have just had Aster stay the night.
With Irene sleeping in the cock chair.
They could cuddle on Throg's tiny twin bed.
I feel
Well,
like
that's getting
Irene.
The seconds.
they'll
If
trade. They'll trade with Stomps and Alley.
My bed's a queen, thank you. I specifically requested a.
Yes,
Oh,
so
well, I
is
mean,
Irene.
I can't tell based on the little icons, so it
See,
looks
I
like a
just
twin.
assumed that if Irene got woken up, she'd just give them like the most bored critiquing.
Throw something at them and then start doing it. Just critique it like you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Never gonna get him
I gotta get
pregnant that
excellent.
way.
I gotta get Exelon in here and show you how it's done.
Oh boy.
All of you have a letter. Well, not all of you. Throg, you do not. Irene does not.
Letter. We just got a letter.
Sark,
Yeah.
Ukai,
Yes.
I
John,
have one.
you have two.
Two? This is
I
getting
just
out of
got a
hand.
letter.
Now there are two
I
of
just
them.
got a letter.
Oh, there
I
are
just
two of
got a
them.
letter. I
letter.
wonder who it's from. I don't
Yes.
currently have a letter in my journal.
Oh. That's it. Hey, you should. That's because it's not given to you. There you go.
I see. No notes for Kai.
I think you can all
Yeah.
edit those as well, so you should be able to, if you have any notes you
Yeah.
want to take, add them to that.
Notes for Notes for Declan is fucking blank right now.
Yeah.
Just like my head.
Nobody sent Iggy jack shit.
I have two things.
Yes, as done.
Second.
Let's go over them. And then I feel like this is the perfect time to stop.
Letters.
All right, John, read me your two.
So the first one is titled A Second Letter. You could do a much better job at following directions, but I pray you got the answers you were looking for. The true enemy still lies ahead, and they believe themselves to be victorious. Prove them otherwise. Cut out the rot that lives within your halls and dormitories. Eyes and ears are everywhere, and they enjoy listening to you giving yourself away. One of your friends is corrupted, and by giving them a stone, you are at risk of compromise. Use this to your advantage. There are those who are willing to help, who have no allegiance to the true enemy. Find them, unite them, seize the day. Most importantly, I do not exist. A friend. And the second one, an unrelated letter, I'm smart enough to know when things get off on the wrong foot and emotion wins over. Meet me at the Harbinger Inn whenever you feel comfortable and we can figure this out.
Uh, hi.
Yeah. I'm reading mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty, alright.
All right. Now,
Yes.
ladies.
All right.
A second letter. To Aster, I hope this letter finds you well. I wish to follow up on our previous conversation regarding a bastard and paying him what is owed. I will require more details, and we can begin to set a plan in place. Most importantly, I wish to see you in case you are unwell. If you're available between the hours of 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., I would happily welcome you into my room. Tea will be served, but I can send also for Gnomish fire whiskey, a dwarvish stout of strong regard, elvish red wine, or anything of your choice. Other than that, of course, Kayla Gold. Food can also be provided, but granted I am no chef of any regard close to Throg. We can dine out. Anything you order will of course be paid for myself. I pray I will see you this late afternoon. Ignatius Forrest Tuft. And then on my second letter, an unrelated letter. Harbinger Inn, private room 2, no fighting this time.
Sorry.
A letter
Yeah.
to Dee Dee. I understand you are still learning to read, so I shall keep this brief. If you are able to this morning, you are hereby invited to join me in my room for tea around 10 to 11 in the morning after breakfast, if you prefer. Oh, I hope to see you soon. Ignatius. Horace Tooft. And drawn in the bottom left corner is an extremely crude drawing of Irk with a speech bubble saying tea with Iggy. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Beautiful.
Such a way with words.
And with that, we'll be back next time. Hopefully everybody will be here.
Goodbye,
I hope
Bye.
so.
folks.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Guys, I got something to
Night.
announce.
Goodbye.
Throg's
You're pregnant?
Throg's bisexual?
No, we already
Dog's
confirmed.
pregnant
with
and
Roger.
bisexual.
What do you have
Throbs.
to announce?
Oh no.